Hey Mallards, it is Thursday and it is time for everyone's favorite game show here on my YouTube channel, Judging a Book by Its Cover.
Yeah!
Megan has some brand new books. She's also got some brand new hair.
My hair is dehydrated and needs some help, but we're trying to get it light so it can be...
You will recall the baking soda experiment that was mostly unsuccessful, but Megan has perfected a new formula and it seems to be working.
Yeah, it's working pretty well. We're getting it lighter. Additionally, we're talking about some books. I have a lot of new books because I've read a lot. I've read 32 books this year so far. And I've also...
An overachiever over here.
Made a couple YouTube videos about books. So, if you're here, you can go check out my channel if you want, I guess.
Yeah, I'll link to Megan's channel.
Sometimes I talk about books. Today I will be talking about books on Mallory's channel, but not before Mallory talks about those books by looking at their cover and telling me what they're about. Mallory, what's this book about?
This Is How You Lose the Time War. Question for you. Who wrote this book? Both people. Okay. I was trying to decide if Max Gladstone was like a publisher.
Nope.
Okay. So it is a dual perspectives book, for sure, about two people on opposite ends of a war. Not like opposite sides, but opposite, like somebody at the beginning of a war and somebody in the aftermath of a war.
Okay.
But they might actually be birds instead of people. They're not birds. That was just a throwaway. Wait, are they birds?
I mean, in a manner of speaking.
Oh no. Okay, tell me about it.
That they're both women. It's a sapphic love story about time travelers who are on opposite sides of a war. They are time travelers on opposite sides, not on opposite ends, who communicate through notes that start as like taunts of like, haha, you did not win, and turns into a sapphic romance.
This seems cute.
I'm very excited. It's short.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I could conquer that.
Yeah, it says, in the ashes of a dying world, Red finds a letter marked "Burn before reading," and so begins an unlikely correspondence between two rival agents in a time war.
Can you please open just the little...
There's like a bunch of quotes of...
Great.
Why it's great. Snarky, sappy, desperate, heartfelt, and dangerous, says NPR.
Ooh, so, that's a lot of adjectives that they just used.
I guess we have like a theme of like covers with two things on them that are small paperback books. But Mallory, do you feel like you got this right?
I feel like I can get half a point for that.
Okay.
That's a half a point category. Revenge of the Mooncake Vixen. That took me much longer to read than it should have.
A novel.
It's because my brain was trying to make Mooncake Vixen also upside down words. And I was like, Nexia.
Revenge of the... A novel. Mooncake Vixen. Marilyn Chin.
So this book, I would say is probably a book about some sort of Asian culture, but I don't know specifically because I don't know the origin of mooncakes.
It's Chinese.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if mooncakes are Chinese or not.
I will give you Chinese. It is Chinese.
And let's assume I'm gonna go with this is a murder ballad book.
Oh.
So it is a book, like it's actually a book about revenge. So it is about a woman who poisons people who've wronged her.
Okay. I'm going to make you a twist for the video where I'm going to let you look at the table of contents in this book because I think it'll confuse you and be fun.
Oh. Parables. Oh. Okay, is it poetry or it's parables, so it's short stories or like little essays?
Mm-hmm. So Marilyn Chin is a poet, but this is a novel.
Yeah.
And it is told in the sort of like Chinese, I think specifically storytelling tradition of like parables and short stories, but that are all about these two Chinese food delivery girls who are opposites, and they like, it's sort of a coming of age story, a transformative story about two lives, but through classic Chinese stories, folk tales, ghost stories. So it's plotted out in an untraditional way.
Interesting. I get no points for this.
Yeah.
But I would love to read the murder ballad of a woman who murders people with mooncakes if anyone wants to present that work for me.
Yeah, it's got these like sections that are...
After enlightenment, there's yam gruel.
Yeah,
What an unfortunate
Buddhist
reward
tales.
for enlightenment.
And, oh Lord, here come the double happiness twins. So, yes.
Interesting.
Ha-cha. Wa-cha. So,
Last night
gosh.
at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe, this looks like a detective noir romance. Just if I'm just judging the cover.
Anything else?
Let's see. I'm trying to get closer.
Get the
here.
details.
Yeah. It's not set in America.
That is incorrect.
Really? Because or is it set in Chinatown?
So this is set in 1954 America in Chinatown.
Okay.
At a lesbian bar called the Telegraph Club. And it is about like a lesbian couple, specifically during 1954 because of like Red Scare and
Yes.
issues with not only being a gay couple but being a like interracial couple where one of the people is Asian. So
Is there a mystery element?
I do not think so.
Okay.
It says there was a book about two women and they fell in love with each other, and then Lily asked the question that had taken root in her that was now unfurling its leaves and demanding to be shown the sun. Have you ever heard of such a thing? And it is like discovering that you're a lesbian.
Oh, fun. Okay, it's in Chinatown. They do not... Do you know what Chinatown?
Think New York, but I'm not sure.
Because I would like to just mention that this particular cover, even the back skyline, still looks very Chinese, which is why I thought that it originally was... So originally I looked at the cars and thought America, but then I looked at all of the signage and all of the background and was like, maybe not America. But Chinatown makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, they're in a Chinatown in the 1950s, and I don't know if they are in a specific city, because, like, the girl is competing in the, like, Miss Chinatown pageant, which means she's not competing in, you know.
Yeah.
But
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, if you read it and there is a mystery, I would like half a point, but for now I'll take no points.
Retroactively, half a point.
Yeah.
Great.
The Midnight Library. I have no idea what this is, but it's very intriguing. Really enjoying all of these, like, passing through like motions and stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a book about a girl who discovers some sort of secret place. I'm guessing a library. And something about that allows her to travel and experience things that she otherwise is not afforded the opportunity to experience. Perhaps because she's quarantined and is not allowed to leave her home. No, I don't think it's that.
No, but I feel like that's pretty close. So it's about a girl who I think has like depression and is looking to end her life, although that is not like in the blurb, but that is like something that I have heard. I had heard about all of these books before I purchased them, which is why I purchased them, is because I was pretty sure I was going to really like them. And she finds this midnight library where there are a bunch of books of different versions of events of her life.
Oh.
And I think also other people's lives, and she can read and experience these other possible outcomes. And she, makes a bunch of different choices when it comes to looking at these different lives and sort of the infinite amount of people that you don't meet and choices you don't make sort of thing is played with. The Dust Jacket description of the book is not, had all different information than the 3 different reviewers that gave descriptions of the book.
Oh,
I think
interesting.
partially because this is not the American edition, or it is the American edition. I don't know. This isn't the edition people had, and so maybe the Dust Jacket is just
a very strangely described. Sometimes dust jackets are like weirdly obtuse in interesting ways.
This was weirdly specific, but about, so I listened to reviewers that said 2 people meet on a bus to the Midnight Library, which is a place that you go when you are depressed and not enjoying your life. You get taken to this library, and this library is out of time, and you're spending time in this, and you have to decide whether you're going to stay or go back, sort of thing. And I got the impression that the book took place in the location as opposed to following one character in particular, but then the Dust Jacket makes it sound like you're following this one girl's situation in this library where she puts the library in danger.
Interesting.
It's a little confusing.
So we'll see what it ends up being. I feel like I get a full point for that one.
Yeah, no, I think that was good. I think that was really close. So, yeah. All right. Last one. Da-da!
Awful.
I
Feel.
hate you. I hate when you try to read things.
No, this is Coffee People. I do know what this is. This is a magazine, lit mag, that has all sorts of things, pictures and poems, and I think essays for sure, and also maybe short stories. I don't know if you've got stories, but it definitely has essays, and it definitely has poetry, and it definitely has art or photos. And it is about coffee, obviously, but it is also an LGBT publication.
Yes,
But
and
it
no.
is specific.
So the publication is people who make coffee, drink coffee, peddle coffee in some way, and that's it. But they do a lot of community outreach and collaborations, and so there is a section in this edition in particular that is by an organization called Trans and Caffeinated that is all non-binary or trans
Yes.
artists, including me. Look,
It's the poetry side just for
Look, it's
the
me.
camera. Yeah.
That's my name.
That is Megan Markham
It's me.
with 2 poems.
With 2 poems
Wow.
on pink paper.
It is on pink paper.
Because it's like somehow they
also
knew.
opposite this really adorable girl.
Yeah, because my poem is about COVID, and so then they put the art that's about COVID. But more importantly, there's this art in it, which is very attractive, and we all love, and it's a very pretty time.
Yeah. So we'll also put a link to where you can buy this Lit Mag. Support Megan
Yeah, and support good
Coffee.
things.
and people who create it.
I mean, it's a very colorful time.
Yeah. It is a very colorful
There's
time.
clearly a lot going on here. And it's a good quality. Feel the book, Mallory.
Oh, it's smooth.
Yeah. It's got that good texture.
It does. It has that good texture. All
Thanks
right.
for...
So I got a point. Well, I get 2.5 points.
that might be the best you've ever done.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that might be the best I've ever done. So I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah, you're not sure about things that have Asian
I could
influence.
get a half point on the Telegraph Club. Maybe.
Your initial guess was that it's not in America.
Yeah, listen.
A love story not set in America, and it's specifically about being a gay Asian American.
Yeah, that's
in America.
fair. That is fair.
The secondary guess of like, or it's Chinatown, like does make sense, but was a clearly not in America, and me being like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
so
true.
like clearly just
So like, can we discuss even the way background of this?
yep.
I've been to many Chinatowns. None of them have enough to do this.
Yeah, but
No, I was completely wrong about the mooncakes.
2
So
books by Asian authors that I'm excited to read
yeah,
because I read this person's poetry and it's so good. It's so good.
I'm very excited. So links down there to Megan's channel and also to the Coffee People magazine. Look at her and her books.
I'm very excited to read them.
I know. I'm excited for you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Goodbye.